Hey guys, and welcome back to Local Black Girls Podcast. Very excited for this one.
Me too.
But we're kind of going to be talking about running away from the culture. And by culture, we mean black culture because we're black. You knew that or not? We're black. but we kind of want to touch on colorism too. You know, kind of everything. And
kind of talk about our stories and stuff that we have dealing with.
Things that we've experienced and stuff. No. But I know we wanted to talk about like things that are going on in the news. Like I know we want to talk about the
Brandon Bernard.
Do you have an article?
Yeah, I have an article. I'm reading off of CNN. So Brandon Bernard was executed by the federal government on Thursday at the Federal Correction Center in Indiana. And according to the Bureau of Prisons, Bernard was 40. Was one of the 5 gang members convicted in Texas of killing Stacy and Todd Bagley, who were.
But I want to say, like, the guy who actually, like, he was put into. They basically said, if you don't do this with us, like, we're gonna, like, either way he was gonna die.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like at the same time you can't really. I don't know. You can't. All I'm saying is he shouldn't have died. He didn't get his day in court. Like this was completely wrong. Yeah. Especially when the people who actually did commit the crime said, like, hey, he had, like, we forced him to do this, he had nothing to do with this, so I'm trying to understand why there was no reason for him to die.
Yeah.
And it irritates me when I see all these, like, social media influencers speaking up after, like, oh, I just got on Twitter and saw it, I just got on Instagram, so I'm sure you did.
Yeah, because I know, like, I know I saw a lot of people posting it and talking about the whole issue with it, and a lot of people were just, they were just like, free him, let him get, his voice and everything, right? But, then you didn't see anything about it anymore. Nobody else was posting about it.
I don't know, I feel kind of weird when I see people post about stuff like that, like.
Me too.
Because it was, this rise of the Black Lives Matter, and then it just, everyone was quiet about it.
Yes.
And then something happened again, and it's no, but mm-hmm. I was constantly posting boom, 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 even before and after.
I even posted afterwards too, and you don't really see people do it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You don't.
It's a trend in most of them, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because they don't have to care about it. They don't, but it's something that we see in our face every single day. Like that is our fight. Black Lives Matter is our fight. Now, obviously, we support the movement, but I honestly have not seen where all the money and the donations have gone, because I know it's ran by some white dude. Yeah. I know that for a fact.
Yeah, and this article also says that
Bernard was. Hop right back.
Yeah.
Let's talk. Do you think?
Bernard was pronounced dead at 9:27 p.m. He was the youngest person in the United States to receive a death sentence in nearly 70 years for a crime committed when he was,
Wasn't he literally? He was literally 18, so he's literally been in jail since the age of adulthood, literally 18, been in jail.
Yeah.
I'm just sick of seeing stories like this. It hurts. My mental health is not the greatest, but it's sad constantly seeing this in your face. And we have to deal with it. We have to see it. And I think they do it on purpose to continue to traumatize us. Honestly.
Oh yeah. Kind of like a reminder. Don't forget.
Don't forget.
You're still black.
You're still a. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You're still black. You're still black. Don't forget.
You're still black. Don't forget it.
Don't forget.
But to touch on the actual topic, running away from the culture, I don't know, we both had experiences where we're just we're we want to fit in with the white kids.
Yeah.
It's
yeah, it is especially well, Shabri, talk about, when you really, because obviously we both knew that we were black.
Yeah.
But there's a point where we really knew that we were black. So when did it start happening to you when you really realized that?
I don't know, I kind of gotta think, back to the first time when I, realized I was different, which was actually when we moved over here when I was in 2nd grade, so I was 6 turning 7, and I remember I was playing with a group of girls. A few of them lived in they still live in our subdivision, but they lived there, and, we were playing around. I don't know if they even remember this, but there was one girl, she was not in our class, she was, no offense, but she was in the special needs class, and she was, playing with our group and everything, and we were all sisters. I put sisters in quotation marks. We were all sisters, and, I was also a sister, and she was like, no, you can't be a sister, you're too dark, and I was just like, huh? Like I wasn't thinking of it like that. You know
because
what I mean?
when you're at a young age, you don't really like. To be honest, when you're young, you don't really see that.
You don't notice it until someone else points it out.
Yeah, you're just kind of like, we're all kids. We're all kind of
playing together. And I'm just like, damn. Like, oh shoot, I am. Like, I am darker than everybody else. So like, that's kind of the moment where I kind of like, my 6-7-year-old self kind of stood back and was just like, whoa, like, I've never had someone say that to me before. Because before that, me and Antonio went to Old Redford Academy before we moved over here. That was a
Antonio's our older brother.
We have an older brother. Yeah, love you. But we went to an academy school, which first couple years, kindergarten, first grade, I was around black kids. We were all wearing uniforms, stuff like that. So there was no really like race thing that came up until moving over here, and it's like constantly in your face, and like I don't want to say it's like you're wearing a mask, but it's like obviously you're a product of your environment. So I never really saw a difference until because we went to a predominantly black church too. So it's like we kind of talk white. I put that also in quotation marks, because when we like go to church, it's like people are like, why do you talk like that?
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean? Like
I
just
what you
talk.
People would constantly say, oh my gosh, like you and your sister, you guys talk different. Like your whole entire family talks different.
Like, okay. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. Just like I hated that. It was just like, where do I fit in here? Like, but I don't know. And then like both of our phases with our hair. Oh my god.
Yeah. I don't know, cause I mean I was gonna wait to kind of talk about this, but I mean I guess I can talk about when like I kind of knew that like I was black basically. There's a story, I don't know if I ever told you this, but there's a story when like all of the all the kids, I mean me only being the only black kid, we'd all play in the playground, right? And we would like find like our boyfriends. By the way, we were like young, we were like elementary school kids. We were like in like 2nd, 3rd grade. We had no idea what we were talking about, right? And we would like find our boyfriends, right?
Find our boy. I love her putting that quotation.
Yeah.
Find our boyfriends.
So the white girls found their boyfriends, and then they wanted to find my boyfriend, right? So then they paired me up.
They're like, don't nobody want me.
They paired me up with the only other black kid in our grade, right? And I was kind of like,
excuse me.
I was like, ew, I don't want him. Which is like, now thinking back on it, I'm like, that's messed up. I was like, ew, the only other black kid in our grade. I was like, I don't want him. No. I said, why can't I be with like? They said no. They said you and him are together. Like you and him belong together. And like me being younger, like didn't realize, but like that was like. You know what I mean?
They were like, black goes with black, white goes with white. Period. That's it.
And then that's when I kind of realized I was like, wow, like I am different, like than these girls.
I can't be with a white boy.
Yeah.
I can't be with a white boy.
But it's kind of what it was like. Yeah.
But yeah, and then like the whole hair situation. We've talked about this so many times. Mom.
Love you, Mom.
Karma's gonna get you for this one. I'm just kidding. But freshman year when she didn't cut off all my hair, but she cut it off because we used to get our hair relaxed.
Yeah, like a long time ago. Like I think all the way from when I was in like elementary school to when you were in what grade? I think we stopped around like
I was in like 7th, 8th grade, and I got like my last like relaxer. And if for you guys who don't know what a relaxer is, it's mostly it's made for black hair to tame it.
Yeah.
So like it literally chemically changes the structure of your hair.
Yeah.
Look it up. They call it a perm relaxer, crack. Hair crack.
It's really
burns your scalp.
It's really, really bad because it's highly, highly promoted in like the black community. Like for like if you don't know what to do with your kid's hair, perm it.
I feel like it's not as much. Like I feel like the natural hair movement has definitely
has rows and stuff.
Like I'd say like I rarely see when black women come to class, I immediately look at her like, oh, what's going on, what's the style and everything. But for the most part, I see mostly natural hair. Yeah. And obviously people wear wigs and stuff like that, but underneath I assume you're natural.
Yeah. So. But like also I remember, which is so sad thinking back on it, but like I only really felt pretty when I had a perm. I'd be like my hair was straight, and then when my hair would get messed up, I would be pissed. I know mom would be really mad at me. She's like, I can't believe you did that. Because I remember there was this one incident where, I don't know, like, I don't know. Yeah, so,
Girl.
I don't know if you know, because I don't know if you remember this. I don't really Okay, do you remember when, like, you know, we used to play, like, dolls?
Yeah.
And so, like, we were, like, in the bathroom playing dolls.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, the bathroom was all steamy.
And your hair got all
And my
frizzy.
hair got all frizzy. And I came downstairs, and I was like, Mom, I don't know what to do. Because my hair was jacked up. And mom, she was like, well, I can't do anything about it. And I was so mad at myself.
Remember when mom used to bump the ends of our hair?
She's like,
just leave it straight.
Just leave it bump real quickly.
Just leave it straight. Maybe black girl knows the feeling of like getting their ends up.
It's like, let me bump it. Like you'd be like, it'd be straight.
You gotta be like,
hold up, let me bump.
Let me bump the ends real quick.
Mm-hmm.
But what else do I want to touch on?
I feel like
I wasn't even done with that hair conversation. Cause I definitely love my hair now, but before I was so embarrassed. I went through a phase where I was just like constantly straightening it.
Oh yeah.
It was a mess.
So like basically, she went through this phase. She went through this phase in high school where this is what she would wear.
No, it was only freshman. It was only sophomore year.
This is what she would wear. So she would have her hair straightened up into a bun. She'd wear her headband with her button up like little shirt or stuff like that with her little like jacket over it with her jeans and like she would only wear that. Like she would not wear anything else. She wore it like straight throughout that whole entire.
It wasn't like the same outfit every day, but it was like they were all pretty similar.
Yeah, it was like the same kind of like
same concept every day.
Yeah.
And I think back and wonder why I didn't pull anybody.
Yeah.
Not so later on. But
yeah.
I was so uncomfortable with my hair and the length, and even junior year when I started to like understand my natural hair after like, cause we were natural, but I was still straightening my hair, so it was like still damaged and stuff like that. But I'm just happy I love my hair now, and it's beautiful, and I accept it, and like, it did make me mad when the white kids would be like, cause they always made me feel, I feel like obviously I wasn't comfortable with my hair, but it was always like, mainly white girls who would make comments about my hair. Oh, it looks better straight, or it looks better. Like, why are you telling me how my hair looks better?
To be honest, I feel like some white people don't understand that.
They don't.
They like don't understand like by you saying that to us, you are like conditioning us, but like you don't realize it.
Yeah.
Because like if we're mainly around you, and like you tell us, oh, you look better this way, we're gonna be like, okay, then. Like,
she must be right. Like.
Yeah. And like I know personally for me, like I have so many people who've come up to me, like saying, oh, like Brooke, why don't you ever straighten your hair? Like, you know, it would look so good. Like just straighten it and everything. And like, or they'd be like, oh, like, you know, like what's like your actual hair look like? I'm like,
why is it any of your business? First of all, why is it your business?
Because like I would get so many times where like my hair would be like, you know, in like twists or in braids, and they're like, how does your hair look? Because I notice a lot of times, because like you notice there's like, you know, there'd be like those mixed kids. And then the white kids would always ask, like, oh, you know, does your hair look like that too? But, like, they don't understand that, like, black hair is, like, all kinds of different textures.
Yeah.
There's 4C, there's 3C, there's, like, you know.
3A, 2. Black people can have straight hair.
Yeah.
What is it, like the, I don't want to say Sudanese. I don't want to mess anything up. I'm not even going to talk about that. But.
Yeah, like,
we do carry the Eve gene, which can produce any race. In any genetic form, blah blah blah.
Yeah, but we'll talk about that at a different time.
We'll get into that topic
at a different time.
You're not ready for that. You're not ready for that topic. But
yeah, like our
it's like constantly like trying to fit in, but being too black and being too white for the black people, and it's just like this weird in between, and even just like. It's like you come home and you're still faced with it because you live in a white neighborhood, and it's just like the white people are on crack over here. Like we get the cops calling us for exercising in our driveway, for going on runs, just like stupid stuff. And then I don't know if you guys know about this, but when we first moved over here, we kept getting left rotten tomatoes in our mailbox for a while.
No, I remember that. I know I was really young. I know, you know, Q, our younger brother, was really, really young when that happened.
He's behind the camera right now.
Yeah.
Love you.
Yeah, I was really young doing that, but I mean, I definitely do. I remember that though, because I was like, what, like 3-2, so.
Yeah, getting Rotten Tomatoes left our mailbox, getting the cops calling us for literally breathing, like literally exercising our driveway, like just dumb stuff.
Yeah. And like people don't see like like it's not that big of a deal, but like it is like when you're black, living in like a white community, like mostly white community, it's like it is.
You're automatically different. The outcast.
Yeah, you're automatically the target.
You really like.
Yeah.
Remember we were cat sitting for your one friend?
And
mind you, we had a key and everything. Mind you, we lived in this subdivision.
Okay, so basically, I had a friend who lived close by us.
In our same subdivision and everything.
Yeah, and so they were going away, I think, for vacation, right?
Mm-hmm.
They were going away for vacation, and so basically they asked us like like could you like go over there, could you like take care of our cats for us, just kind of feed them, like while we're gone,
make sure everything's okay.
Yeah. And so you
just say very much so appreciated.
Yeah, very much appreciated. So it was mom, right? Mom.
It was. Because she paid me and Antonio to go inside, change the litter, get the food, make sure the cats were okay and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And we were leaving. This was because they were gone for like a week and a half or something like that. So we were going over there every other day to go do stuff. And so we're driving back to our house, which is like, we're closer to the beginning of the sub. They're closer to the end of the sub.
Mm-hmm.
So we get back to our house and the cops pull up in our driveway and then start questioning our mom, because obviously we didn't drive at that time, we were little kids.
Yeah.
And so the cops start questioning my mom and everything, and she starts explaining to them why we were at the neighbor's house with a key to feed their cats, because the nosy neighbors from across the street just couldn't help themselves but to call the cops on the fellow black people who live in their neighborhood.
Yeah, because because we had to be over there doing something.
We had to be stealing. We had to be doing
obviously
something. Robbing the house.
Yeah.
It's just stupid stuff.
Yeah. And it's weird because I didn't think too much about it back then, but I'm just like, wow.
It doesn't shock me. They're probably the same ones who still call the cops on us. It's probably the same
Probably.
neighbors. Probably. And I'm not gonna lie. I'm not even gonna say anything because they can see this, so I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut.
But I think we should move on to more like darker stories in a way that kind of happened to us dealing with the whole trying to move away from our culture. Because I have one I can say. So this is so dark. So many people don't know this. The only people that know about this are literally my family. So only kind of really hit me around 5th grade. So I was still in elementary school. Before I went to middle school, it was 5th grade. And every day during elementary school, I would always run around the playground, just have fun, I'll come home,
just being a kid,
Yeah, I would come home, run around my backyard, had no care in the world, right? But then it hit me that wow, I was getting really dark and my friends were really, really light. They were lighter than me, and I noticed that I started to look a lot more different than them.
Mm-hmm.
I even had this one friend one time say to me, by the way, little kid, elementary school, said to me, I think around 4th grade, told me if you get any darker, then we can't be friends. But in my head, I was just I didn't think anything of it. I was like, okay.
You're like, all right, I ain't getting darker.
But me being older, I'm like, wow, that was crazy. And then around,
sorry to interrupt, but I think when you're when you're a little kid, you don't you internalize things, but when you get older, you come to a better understanding. Wow, that's what that was.
Yeah. Which is so true.
Keep on going.
Yeah. So I said that to lead into this. So then around middle school time, by the way, I'm sorry, my middle school was really, really weird. Yeah, my brother can attest to this too.
Middle
I don't know.
School was a blur. For
yeah,
me.
Middle school was so weird.
I don't remember my 6th grade year.
So anyways, my middle school would have this thing where every Friday or so we would walk around outside just to get some fresh air or whatever.
Oh.
And I didn't want to I didn't want to do that because I was afraid I was going to get darker. So I would like literally, I would stay inside. I would beg the teachers, I'm like, can I please stay inside? I wouldn't tell them why. I was just like, can I please stay inside? And they would just kind of be like, you know, like, oh, you know, sure, you know, you can stay inside, you know,
They're
whatever.
like,
Not
oh,
gonna.
she's antisocial.
Yeah, they're like, look, I'm not gonna force you to, you know, go outside, right? But then when I got to high school, it started to get a lot more darker with the whole me getting darker thing. It started to get really, like, you know, sad to the point where I like begged my parents to get like bleaching creams and stuff because I didn't want to get any darker. Like, it got really, really bad. Like, I would look up so many different, like, treatments to, like, you know, oh, have lighter skin for black people.
Because, like, that's what was, like, promoted and pushed in movies, music videos. Like, all you see is, like, if there's a black girl, she has to be light-skinned. That's it. No brown skin, no dark skin, she has to be light-skinned. Like, the lightest of, like, bright skin. She has to be bright skin.
Yeah.
Like, and it, like, makes you think, like, well, if this is what they're showing, then this is what must be pretty. Because, like...
Yeah.
And it makes you have self-hate. And I think that's, not to call out black men, but calling out black men. Like, the hatred they have towards black women and, like, darker complected women stems from society and what society pushes onto you. And it's sad because it's like, you let your own self-hatred determine who you're gonna love.
Yeah.
Your own self-hatred. So then you portray all that hate that you have for yourself onto black women because society has told you that you're not the standard, you're not accepted, so you must procreate with somebody who meets the standard so you can have children that come out and meet the standards in society. It's like, shut up.
No, which is so true, which I feel like kind of also pushed me, because I don't know, I mean, I think we kind of talked about this a little bit, but like, especially, you know, me, you know, now being a senior in high school, like, I noticed in my whole entire high school experience, I never went for black guys. And that was because I was like, they don't want a black girl, they want a white girl. And it's because, I mean, that was just so pushed there. So, I mean, I never even...
Oh, honey, I know.
Yeah.
Same high school.
Yeah, same high school. So, like, we kind of know, like the black guys I know personally that went to our school, they did not want black girls.
Bro, saying, I mean, there's a few that, like, I don't know.
Maybe now, but, like, back then, they definitely
Yeah, back then, it was just, like, get yourself a white girl. It was, like, the black guys who, like, white girl starter package, they have the Sperry shoes with the khaki shorts with the button-up shirt.
Yes.
No, like, I don't know why I just want to go like this.
Yeah.
I did white girl starter pack. That's really what it was, and it's like...
Yeah.
And then there's, like, all those memes that I see on Twitter, like, of the white girls who date, like, a black guy who's, like, hood and then turn him, like, white, quote-unquote white. And I'm just like, what happened? He's wearing, like, boat shoes now and holding up Trump flags. Like, what's happening?
Yeah, but to kind of get back to, you know, more, like, you know...
Get back on topic.
Yeah, get more, you know, hiding away from the culture. I'm definitely glad. I mean, it took me, like, at least, like...
But, yeah, to get back on topic to what we're talking about,
You know, I'm, like, really glad, like, we're not really running away from, like, our culture anymore.
yeah, and, like, actually, like, accepting. It took me a while, too, to, like, love myself and stop constantly comparing myself to white girls, because I was, like, comparing myself to the point where I literally was like, I'm gonna wake up and be white one of these days. Like, I've been praying on it. Like,
Yeah. But that's also because the culture we were around really pushed it.
It did. Well, like, when that's all you're around, that's what you want to be. So it's like, when you see everybody picking the white girl, it's like, hey, I ain't even second choice. I ain't even second pick.
Yeah.
It's
and, like,
like,
they don't really, like, that really, really, like, affected
it affected
us. Yeah, affected me too, yeah.
And I'm just glad that I'm in a space where I'm not comparing myself to people. I love myself. I'm like, I'm the baddest out here. Period. You know, but I feel like this has definitely been a good combo. I really like the way this went today.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
This is us wrapping it up for the podcast today. Thank you for listening.
Yeah.
You can
follow us on Instagram at localxblackgirls.
Period. Make sure you comment, like, subscribe, share. Click whatever links we have in the bio. Check out what's going on. make sure you check out or listen for the next one.
If you guys want to, you guys can even message us with like, you know, if you hear any like black stories that like happen,
or questions or ideas and stuff like that, or something you want us to specifically talk about. We're new to this, so it's like
we really it really helps us
really
like, you know,
appreciate
yeah.
you know what kind of content you guys want to see from us, you know. So yeah, thanks for listening. Local Black Girls out.
Yeah.